Hi guys! So for today's video, I'm going to discuss with you about the administrative policies for organizing and conducting the program. So what are those administrative policies for organizing and conducting the program? So we have selection of participants, time schedule, health examination, publicity and promotion, awards, records, and finance. So let's start with selection of participants. So I'm going to read what is about selection of participants. So participation in the intramural program should be voluntary. Every student enrolled in the school may be considered eligible to join in competitions provided he satisfies the eligibility rules governing the conduct of the intramural sports. There is a need for eligibility rules in order to prevent misunderstandings since the intramural program should render a contribution to the vast majority of the student body. So dito sa selection of participants is lahat daw po ng estudyante ay pwedeng sumali. So for example, meron po tayong intramural na gaganapin this coming week. So magsa-select tayo ng mga players natin. So sa pag-select natin ng players, dapat dun sa gusto nila, hindi yung tayo yung nasusunod. And dapat voluntary, dapat yung gusto nila at hindi natin pinilit. So let's move on in time. So one of the most convenient time for the intramural competitions is the late afternoon. It is a time when the academic classes are practically over, and so it is just the right time to relax and enjoy. Some schools utilize the school day. It should be remembered that the physical education class schedule is primarily an instructional period when skills have to be developed. Recess period have proved to be good time for elementary school pupils to conduct their intramural activity. Saturdays or Sundays have also been utilized by some schools, but many students would find it inconvenient, especially when they have work to do on such days with the family. Special days may be set aside by the school so that the students devote their time entirely to activities that comprise the program. So, dito naman sa time is, for example, sabi dito, pwede daw natin ganapin yung intramural competition kapag hapon na, kapag wala ng mga classes. And kapag sa mga elementary, pwede naman daw natin ganapin yung intramural ng recess time, ganon. So, sa atin kasi ngayon, nung face-to-face classes pa, ang nangyayari is, we have 3 days na binibigay para ganapin yung intramural program. So, since online naman na ngayon, pwede na natin siyang gawin ng 1 day. And, ang venue is hindi naman natin kailangan dahil nasa mga sarili-sarili naman nating bahay. And, ang time naman natin is sarili naman natin time. So, let's move on in health examination. All participants should be required to undergo a health examination to show their fitness for any vigorous activity. This is to safeguard the health of the students. However, in schools where a health examination is required for admission during enrollment, the students may not be required to have another health examination. So, for example of this is kapag lumalaban tayo sa Cavera sa mga athlete, kailangan namin ng health examination. So, ang tinitest doon is yung height, weight, and yung mga allergies namin, ganon yung kung meron ba kaming asthma. Syempre, sa isang athlete, hindi pwede ang mabilis mapagod and hindi rin pwede yung dapat ang mga kinakain is laging healthy and may mga nangyayari kasi sa activity area or sa na hindi kaaya-aya, kaya kailangan dapat yung katawan natin is lagi ready and prepared sa mga bagay na mangyayari. So let's move on in publicity and promotion. So, a well-planned publicity and promotion program is very essential for the dissemination of information regarding the intramural athletics program of the school. Since the intramural program should serve the whole student body, including the faculty and staff of the school, it is important that information be properly disseminated. Brochures, the school paper, bulletin boards, among others, can help focus attention on the program. Notices can be sent home to parents in the elementary and high schools. There are many devices and techniques to be done for considerable publicity and promotion of the program. So, for example of this, pwede natin gamitin ang bulletin boards ng school. Pwede rin natin every afternoon, pwede tayong mag-announce, or every morning after flag ceremony, pwede tayong mag-announce na merong mangyayaring intramural program, meron tayong mga sports na sasalihan, ganyan. And pwede rin tayong mag-meeting every afternoon, or sa mga teachers, pwede nating sabihin na after ng class nila, meron tayong intramural program. Or, pwede rin naman nating gamitin ang social media, ang Facebook, or anything na social media na pwede natin gamitin para ma-disseminate yung mga message natin or yung information na dapat natin ipahatid sa mga students natin. So, next is the awards. Awards for intramural competition may stimulate interest, serve as incentive for participation, and recognize achievement. Awards, however, should be inexpensive. Some forms of awards are medals, ribbons, certificates, plaques, and trophies. Awards are symbols of achievements and should not be regarded as a prize. The value of an award must be on what it symbolizes and not its material value or worth. So, madalas naman natin nakikita na mga awards sa intramural is meron talagang certificates, ganyan, medals, trophies, ganyan. And minsan, meron ding mga cash prize kung mayaman yung school nyo, ganon, or meron talagang budget. And, so, ang person in charge dito is dapat, kinoconsider yung mga kasali, or kung sino yung mga participants, kasi, kunwari sa elementary, hindi naman natin kailangan gumastos ng sobrang laki, ganyan. Pero sa high school, ganun, pwede natin i-level up konti yung, yung mga price natin. Syempre, mas mahirap na yung ginagawa ng mga high school kaysa sa elementary. So, lalo na din sa mga college. Ganyan. So, next is records. The keeping of records is very important because it contains the information that is needed in the assessment of the program to determine whether there is a progress being made. Records show the degree to which the program is providing for the needs of the entire student body as well as the extent to which the students are participating. They also help to indicate the activities which are preferred and which are not. They point out the strengths and the weaknesses of the program. Records can also be an aid in the selection of athletes for specific events. So, ang example dito is yung dapat yung mga team manager dapat na notes kung ano yung mga kulang at kung ano yung mga naging magandang nangyari nung intramural. So, para sa susunod na intramural program, alam nila yung ipoprovide nila or kung ano yung mga naging weaknesses nila, pwede nating i-improve sa susunod na intramural program. So, meron pa dito yung sinabi niya is kung meron bang improvement yung program na ginawa. So, kailangan mula sa pinakamataas hanggang sa baba, after ng intramural program, mayroon dapat assessment para alam nila kung ano yung babaguhin or kung sino yung mga student na pasok sa mga events or sa mga sports na nagawa. Next is the finance. The intramural program should be financed just as the other phases of the educational program since it contributes much to the attainment of educational objectives. It should be included in the regular physical education budget. Another method of financing the program which has proved effective in some schools is the athletic fees from students collected at the start of the school year. Funds raised from school projects may be helped may be of help to finance also the intramural program. Donations from civic-spirited citizens of the community can be of great help to the maintenance of the program. These come in the form of materials or equipment like balls, rackets, and such as awards as trophies. So, dito sa finance is, dito na pumapasok kung may mga sirang gamit sa school or kung paano, syempre, dito din kukunin yung budget sa trophies, sa mga plaques, sa mga prizes na gagamitin natin. So, dito rin kukunin yung mga food ng mga guests. Doon din kukunin yung prize dun sa, yung sa token sa mga guests na tumulong and sa mga donors, ganyan, or sa mga nag-donate. Or, syempre, bibigyan natin sila ng time to shine. Syempre, isa sila sa mga tumulong para maging isang successful yung isang intramural program. So, next is, meron pa yung, dito din kinukuha yung mga budget kung may mga sirang gamit sa ginawang activity or kung kailangan pa ng ganito or sa isang event kulang ng gamit, pwedeng dito natin kukunin kung ano yung mga kailangan. So, let's move on in the personnel of the program. So, what is personnel of the program? The intramural program must be well organized and efficiently run. Some of the personnel included in the program are discussed. So, dito didiscuss ko yung mga iba't ibang tao na mga taong nakapaloob sa intramural program. So, let's start with the director. The person responsible for the intramural program of a school should be the intramural director. Preferably, it should be a professionally trained physical education teacher and it should be interested in and enthusiastic about the intramural program. He may be selected from among the varsity coaches who specially trained for the position and has a broad understanding of and wide experience in many activities. He should know the mechanics of organizing the program. He should be a promoter of the program with outstanding ability to get along with people. So, ang example neto is dapat pwede siyang ang director is dapat isang well-trained physical education and dapat interested siya sa ginagawa niya and dapat sociable din siya. Kasi nga kung hindi siya sociable ay ang posible nito hindi niya makukuha yung loob ng mga susunod sa kanya or yung mga susunod na officer sa kanya. So next, dapat well-trained physical education. Bakit well-trained physical education? Para alam niya kung paano patatakbuhin yung intramural program. And isa pa is yung interesado siya sa ginagawa niya. Kasi kung hindi siya interested sa ginagawa niya, paano magiging successful ang isang intramural program kung hindi siya interesado? So next is we have the intramural council or committee. A very effective structure for the promotion of intramural sports is the intramural council to assist the director in the organization and administration of the program. It is composed of representatives from its organizational unit or sports group. The director should be an ex officio member of the council. The intramural council serves as a policy-making and legislative group in the promotion and control of the program. So, ano ang laman ng intramural board? So, ang laman ng intramural board ay all sports managers and officials, club presidents, chairman of such committees as publicity, official and records, representatives of the participating units, director of intramural activities. Ang example neto is, dapat meron tayong iba't ibang tao na nandito. Kasi, kumbaga, ang sabi niya dito, ang laman ay all sports managers and officials. Kasi sila yung isa sa magpapatakbo ng intramural. And sila yung gumagawa ng mga policy, kung ano yung mga kailangan dito, kung ano yung mga bawal dito, at sila din yung gumagawa ng mga rules and regulations sa isang sports or kung ano yung mangyayari, ganyan. Sila yung buong magtitingin kung ano yung mga kailangan, ganyan. Kasi lahat ng tao is nandito para, kunwari may isang pumalya, kunwari pumalya tayo sa, sa sports managers, alam nila kung ano yung ipupunta nila at kung ano yung solution doon sa problem na yun. Or isa pa, or sa mga players, mayroong nagkaroon ng injury. Alam nila kung paano susolusyonan, kung sino yung taong ilalagay doon. At yun yung mga examples na pwede nating makita sa intramural. Next is the faculty supervisors and activity advisors. So this group assists the director of intramural sports and members of the intramural council or athletic association in order to provide the best possible program. All physical education teachers are to be assigned as field supervisors or activity advisors for the success of the program. Teachers in other departments may be induced to volunteer their services. So, dito sa faculty supervisors and activity advisors, ay dapat sila yung mga physical education teachers kasi sila yung nakakaalam kung paano patakbuhin yung isang intramural program. Gaya ngayon, ako ay future educator ng major in physical education. Pinag-aaralan ko kung paano tatakbo ang isang intramural program. So soon, kapag naging teacher na ako, kukunin din ako ni director na pwedeng isang faculty advisor or supervisor. Kasi nga, alam ko na kung ano yung mangyayari or kung ano yung mga kailangan ko na gamitin dito sa intramural program. So next, we have the team managers. Every competing team should have a unique intramural manager who has been elected or selected from among the students. So, anong trabaho ni team manager? So, to represent the unit on the council or board in matters of concern to the unit. And, sila yung halimbawa, sila yung mag-represent sa mga students, kunwari sa team nila. Sila yung mag-represent, merong meeting ng buong officers. So, sila yung mag-represent sa team nila. Syempre, hindi naman kailangan ng buong team, buong student pupunta sa meeting. Kailangan lang ng isang tao na mag-represent sa isang team para sila na, yung team managers na, ang mag-disseminate sa kanilang teammates. So, we have the student coaches. So, what is student coaches? A student coach is responsible for the participation of a particular team within a competing unit. Ano nga ba ang function ni student coach? So, learns and instructs his team on the rules, techniques, and tactics of the game, keeps a record of the participation of each individual, keeps members informed as to time and place of contests, and helps to maintain a high standard of sportsmanship for the unit. So, ang sample na to, sa isang game, ganyan. Siya ang sasabi kung anong rule dito sa isang game nito. Kunwari sa volleyball, sabihin kung anong rule sa volleyball, anong pwedeng techniques, kung anong pwedeng magpanalo sa team nila. And siya dapat si student coach ay alam niyo dapat kung sino yung maglalaro dito sa volleyball. And next is dapat alam ni student coach kung anong oras sila maglalaro. Dapat nag-coordinate siya dun sa mga team managers din niya. And kung saan sila maglalaro. Siyempre, kung hindi nila alam kung saan sila maglalaro at kung anong oras sila maglalaro, hindi nila alam, nila maabutan yung laro nila. And isa yung weaknesses. So, isa pa is helps to maintain a high standard of sportsmanship. Siyempre, kailangan niyang i-push yung mga maglalaro or yung mga athlete na laban lang, ganyan, or kapag natalo sila, dapat accept na nila and be humble lagi. Student sports managers. So, the assignment of sports managers from among the students can help in the development of leadership. The students' sports managers are almost indispensable to the efficient operation of an intramural program. So, these are some methods on selecting sports managers among the students. So, number 1, we have selective merit plan. Several candidates serve throughout the sports season and demonstrate their ability. The best of the novices become the students sports managers. So number 2, we have selection by intramural director and council, and number 3, popular student election. So, ang pipiliin daw nating student sports managers ay yung mga makakatulong sa leadership ng mga students or yung mga athletes natin. So, dapat ang mga pipiliin natin is sila yung pwedeng pumili ng sports managers, yung mga director or yung mga council or yung mga popular na student na lumalaban ng election lagi. Ganyan. Ano nga ba ang duties and responsibilities ni student sports managers? So, number 1, keep the playing schedules accurate and posted. Number 2, put the rules for the sport on bulletin boards. Prepare and maintain an up-to-date list of names, telephone numbers, addresses, and class schedules of all team, coaches, or managers and representatives. Attend all practices and games. Be qualified and prepared to officiate in emergencies. Check out and in the necessary equipment for each practice session and game. Care for equipment during practice and game. Train assistant managers and novices by rotating their assignments among the various duties connected with the sport. And lastly, make recommendations to the successor for improving the services. So, lahat yun yung duties and responsibilities ni student sports manager. So, dapat ang pipili nating student sport manager ay kaya niyang gawin lahat to. Kasi kung hindi siya capable dito sa duty na to, is hindi siya pwede dito sa student sports managers. Kasi ang mangyayari is hindi magiging successful yung team nyo in case. So lastly, we have the officials. So, ano nga ba ang officials? So, the quality of officiating affects to the moral of the intramural participants. It must therefore be one of the greatest concerns of the intramural director to make the proper selection and or training of competent officials. In schools and colleges where there are physical education majors, the major student or students can have the officiating as part of their practicum. Officials can be recruited also from varsity coaches. Of course, it would be better if the services of professionally trained coaches can be availed of if they are willing to receive a lower pay than professional officials. So, sabi dito, ang example nito, kapag mamimili daw si director ng officials niya is dapat naka-well-trained na mga teachers or pwede rin students na nakaangkop sa course nila. Kunwari, kami, physical educators, pwede kami dito, pwede kami maging officials kasi alam namin yung trabaho sa intramural program and pinag-aaralan namin kung ano yung dapat gawin at kung ano yung dapat na anong mga kailangan sa isang intramural program. Or pwede rin tayong kumuha ng professionally trained coaches. Kung pwede lang naman, syempre pwede tayong kumuha or pwede tayong hindi kasi minsan sila ay binabayaran kasi nga they are professionals. Ito talaga ay pinag-aralan nila ng matagal na panahon. Kaya nila kayang gawin lang yun ng isang snap. And syempre meron ding mga professional na kung gusto nila is mas mababa lang yung pay, ganyan. Syempre, ang high school or college ay hindi naman ganun kalaki ang budget. So, kung kaya natin i-push yung mga physical educators natin, yung mga future physical educators natin is pwede natin silang turuan kung ano yung dapat gawin para mas makamura tayo. And para sa susunod, in the future, kung sila na yung nasa sitwasyon na ganun, alam na rin nila kung ano yung gagawin nila. So, dapat si director, dapat mabusisi sa mga desisyon niya. So, that's all. Thank you. I hope you have learned about what I discussed. And see you!